NRG definitely capable of playing it as well, but I have to give this one to Na'Vi. They're going to start on the CT side as well at this point here. It's the first best of 3 of the day. Remember, someone will be going home at this point. That's quite a tantalizing prospect considering the 2 names we have here. Both of these teams firmly within the top 10 in CSGO, and NRG has been getting better and better. Quite turbulent at the start of the year, but they just seem to be getting now deeper in the tournaments. Actually won an IEM as well, albeit not the most stacked tournament, but still significant for a team like that. Na'Vi, definitely question marks around them right now. I think there's a lot of rumors and gossip going around with Flamey's position right now. He is at this tournament, but it must be something to do with the interrelationships of the team. I can't imagine anything to do with performance because he's been playing great as his team's got better.
Yeah, and it's a region, and of course it's a team alongside of Zeus that is quite notorious for having that kind of family atmosphere where they have their issues, they have their falling outs, but at the end of the day they always come back stronger. But the fact of the matter is, it's crazy to me, Henry, when I first saw this, I thought, this is a kind of a game you'd expect to see in the playoffs. Like a quarterfinals match, maybe a semi-finals match. It's unbelievable that we actually have one of these 2 teams going already on the first day. The
first day, but as Maniac pointed out, at least it's the best of 3, yes. So you do get a fighting chance here. If you do lose to a best of 3 against a team that's significantly lower down in the charts than you, then you had a fair crack at the whip. You know, you've given everything you could have got, and it will be Na'Vi definitely the favourites going to this one. But as we said, they've had difficult performances, and we're not really sure what the structure of the team's looking like. NRG will be hungry for this one. They've had a great year so far. They don't want to get out on the first day, but obviously no one does. Just surprising to have these 2 teams here. With the big upsets we had today, NIP managing to beat NRG. I don't think anyone had that, to be honest. I think the way NIP have been playing recently, although they had the potential to be a very good squad with the names on paper, it just hasn't been realised at all in 2018. It's been a disastrous year for them, but this is a promising start to their campaign here on home soil of such, with obviously being in Stockholm, where NIP are based. But best of 3 coming up. Inferno to kick things off. There's Daps, the bearded in-game leader, and I agree with the sentiments of the Death, not known to be the biggest fragger, but he does create some fantastic teams and has unearthed some amazing talent along the years. No different in this squad, especially. Let's talk about some of the big names here. Fugly, a household name everyone will be aware of. Ethan, for me, is the player I want to talk about the most. A young gun, I think he's about 18. Phenomenal talent, great aim, very mechanically gifted. He'll be lighting up the scoreboard today, but they've got to go toe-to-toe with the beast. It's simple. We'll see whether he comes out on top. It is going to start right now, as we will have NRG stand on the T side here. PD50 is coming out once again. A couple of flashes, no HE, suggests no B rush from NRG just yet. They'll be heading towards second middle with the bomb. Electronic, an amazing player this year, really has made a name for himself in 2018. We'll see whether he can continue that here. It's going to be Fugly making his way towards the apartment. It's a very slow approach. It's just making sure there was no tactical or technical issues going on. Looks like we're all fine. Everyone's just saying have fun. As Breeze will be holding towards middle. He'll be challenged by Flamey, waiting by Arch.
Who is going to get the better of Breezy eventually. Took a couple shots, but got there in the end. Electronic, it's been a slow start in Na'Vi, but he's picking up pace. And he will dispatch of 2. He's not going to be able to stop the bomb from being planted, so at least NRG will have something to work with going forward. But in terms of the round, it is all pretty much done. And there goes Edward for the final frag onto Cirque. So NRG have options, but a blistering start by Electronic sees them off.
Yeah, really crisp stuff from him. It was a very slow and standard red from NRG there. Nothing too technical. A couple of flashbangs as they commit towards the A side, but they've already lost numbers there. We saw that initial interaction between Flamey and Breezy. Flamey dispatched of him, and then Electronic just had to tap on the head at this point. Great position, this one. Waiting for the commit. He's not looking towards the apartments or quads, waiting to come towards his crosshair. Makes very light work of it. Unfortunately, that defensive play doesn't allow him to plant, of course, but that's fine. He wants to win the round, which he did so in spades. There's only 1 kill picked up there for NRG, indeed it is. But they get the AKs out next round. So they'll take the full eco here and use the loss bonus into round number 3 to get early AKs here. And you can see that's exactly why Na'Vi have got 3 M4s right now, just getting themselves ready for that particular round coming up.
NRG, as you say, just pistols, couple, well, 1 Glock in play. They're eyeing up that 3rd round, as are Na'Vi. In terms of the bomb, still drop way back towards the T-spawn. NRG trying their luck at range with the P250s, but that is going to be quite a sticky situation when you consider they're up against M4s, UMP and an MP9. Fugly going to get some ground through mid, but Na'Vi are happy to give that away, as they have all the standard positions. Nothing really out of the ordinary in the 2nd round. No grenades either for NRG, no flashes to pop into a quick push. It should be Lamster the quarter, and Flamey will be the executioner on this occasion alongside Zeus. Very easy, very simple. It's going to be a flawless round.
It absolutely is. Nothing really to report back there. We're not going to dissect that one too much, but we will with round number 3. This is what we said. The AKs will be coming out. This is where Na'Vi will be truly tested here. If they can win this round, it'll be fantastic. Zeus giving a little bit of personality there. Nice to see him smiling for once, you know. That's good. And we'll get into round number 3. AKs are out indeed. We've got a few smokes there. Obviously not going to be the most idyllic buy, but it's absolutely fine. Certainly possible to win these sort of rounds as Flamey just denies any sort of mid-presence there with the incendiary. Edward and Simple, let's see if they can hold them off. The MP9 and kick it off, and Simple will be good for 2, but it's equal trades for now. Electronic does sneak in towards the bomb site. Now this might suggest the site's open. He does drop a smoke, he's thinking better of it instead of going for the hero play there, hiding on the side, letting them come through. He's just going to buy a bit of time here. Only got the UMP. There is a rifle available to him, but also headshots as Breezy pushes through. The smoke takes him down. That should be the round. And the 3 versus 2, the bomb being planted and the positioning of the CT. I don't think they can actually justify the retake here. Better off to saving those M4s, Vince. Money's not amazing. Zeus is coming over. They have got incendiaries and a couple of flashes here. Whether they want to go for it's another thing altogether. At least flirt with the idea for now and see if anyone will give their frag up as the smoke dissipates here. But if I'm Zeus right now, I'm calling, let's get out of here. It's not worth it.
Completely agree with you. It's one of those kind of situations, well, so early in the map where a lot actually rests on it. If they save, they can actually get a full buy behind it. And the chance at a 2-1-3 retake is so low. Oof, they're taking a lot of damage. Now they're definitely going to pull back. Now that both of them are very low in health, no point even risking it. So NRG, their first full buy will yield a round. And they instantly put Na'Vi on the back foot. But because of the save weapons, there will be another buy forthcoming from the CTs. It won't include a AWP, though. They don't have enough funds across the board to afford one.
Certainly not. But NRG, nice little B approach. That's absolutely fine. That's how you want the B takes to go down. If you're going in, getting 2 for 2, that's a massive advantage towards the terrorists. Not many people would think of the game like that, but the way the game plays out is when the defensive side have to hold a bomb site, and you get bigger numbers going into that position. They have to retake that particular area, especially at the B bomb site. Equal trades always favor the terrorists. So keep that in mind. Round 4. No AWP, as you mentioned. Zeus now a little bit more aggressive towards B with Edward. Simple not going to be there. He's going to be actually rotating back towards the A side. In the library right now, but they have got full B control. If they had the AWP in the hands of a player like Simple, they'd probably keep him alone at B, but for now, Edward will be given that responsibility with the M4. Flamey just on top of the bomb side there, looking for anyone to cross over towards quad. And it will be an A attack from what I can see so far. Daps has got the bomb in the apartment. Actually 3 players there right now. Just pushing any CTs back, trying to bait out any sort of utility they can. There's one of the first HE thrown. 1 incendiary left for the CTs and 1 smoke. But they have got 4 players on the A side, so it's a bit of a fortress over at A right now, and they have got no real information towards B, but they are starting to recalibrate back towards that side of the map. If Edward goes down with nothing, Na'Vi could be in a lot of trouble here.
Yeah, they're afforded the opportunity to stack 4 players on A because Edward is actually playing it pretty aggressive, hopping back and forward, just checking for a player coming out. Zeus can be the sweeper role player, though. If the call comes B, he can quickly wrap around Archers, although he is about to get tested. There's 2 players out there, Fugly and Breezy, going to force him back. Flamey's going to have to step up to the plate, try and spray through the smoke, but it's all about the B push. It has been a successful bait for the time being. Edward waved the world on his shoulders, and he will crumble along with the B site. NRG only have 16 seconds. That's more than enough time to get the bomb down. A 3-on-4 retake.
Once again, might not be worth it. There's so much powerful positions available to NRG at this point. Electronic, pretty much the only danger man for Na'Vi at this point. Simple will join him, but there's so much work to do here. Flamey's low. They're waiting for mistakes to be made at this point, but time is ticking away. Electronic waiting in the corner for Simple to get the aggro, but as I said, I don't think it's worth going for it. Even a 4-on-3 sounds possible, but Flamey's already opted out of it. And they're just going to hold up for some exit frags here, but it looks like NRG are all going to go through CT spawn, the correct call to make. And that's a really nice approach there. Tactically perfect from NRG. Nice, slow, methodical default at the start. Push the CTs back. You saw, sure, they had 4 players on A, but they also had a distinct lack of information. They had no one in the apartments, no one watching Arch, no one's watching quad. All they could do is crossbar on the side. And we pointed it out that Edward had a lot of pressure on his side of the map. If it does start going wrong, then a lot of trouble. They pincer towards towards CT spawn. They applied the pressure towards Banana. Edward's good for one, sure, but that was nowhere near enough. Even if he retreated, he was done for. Terrorists had already made their way through CT spawn, and one kill just wasn't going to do it. And that's going to be 2 in a row for NRG, and presumably the money's getting in a desperate situation for Na'Vi. They did save 2 weapons, and they will force around those with CZs and a 5-7 for Edward. Simple alone towards B this time, but he has got the AK-47, so we'll see what he can make of it. Oh, Zeus, you'd normally get killed in this position. Wallbangs can be very powerful. That's what Daps is going for. He has managed to negate the bullets, though, and get in position as Electronic waits right at the top of the steps there.
You could get lulled into a false sense of security here, though, Henry. They've done a lot of damage in terms of tapping the walls, Molotovs in behind it, and they're going to be double stacked. Zeus with the CZ. Taylor makes the position. Really should be getting that kill alongside Electronic. Another day that's a 2 for 0 in favor of Na'Vi instead of against them.
Well, there we go. It was looking very good. You're absolutely right. The fact they've wall banged so much and deployed so much utility, they might have been thinking it's clear. We can just go through here without pre-aiming the corners, but they seem like they've got very large amounts of discipline in this team. It's going to be a 4-on-2. Simple can still shut this down, though. He's going to get the first. He finds the second. All bets are off, and they've got a chance, but the smoke is decent. He's been tagged through the wall. 30 HP, but here comes Cirque and Co. They should be able to get a plan like this. No rush, still 40 seconds, and this is perfect. What a great call from Daps. They know where Simple is. They've got a huge advantage here. Leave Cirque there to get the intel, just sell the fact they're going towards B still, and they've gone back towards the other side of the map. Breezy's confirmed it's clear. Cirque can stay here. He's pretty much a sacrificial lamb at this point, Vince. He probably does go down to Simple, but it doesn't matter. They've won the round.
Plus, Starve Simple of potentially saving this AK could be on their mind, but they've decided against that. They know there isn't going to be a great buy in the next round anyway.
And when Simple's alive, just leave him alone.
Yeah.
You know what? Just let him keep the gun. We'll work it out later.
Maybe don't play with that fire.
Yeah, let's just let him keep it. To be fair, when he's got the AK, that is quite a tantalizing prospect for Na'Vi. He pretty much was the player who originated the term the tactical purchase, right? When your teammates are eco, you buy an AK for yourself. He's certainly capable of cracking open rounds single-handedly, finding picks and forcing mistakes out of his opposition. So him saving the AK is from the CT side, where he gets to pick up his spawns and work out where he goes at the very beginning. Let's say he goes towards the barrels of B, gets a quick headshot, falls back, goes into the apartment. It can be very difficult to contain. So a saved AK in the hands of, I think, even undoubtedly now the world's best player. Yep. Is definitely going to be something to have in your mind. Here's the initial kill here. That's a great reaction from Breezy. Manages to get a couple there. And they take the lead after losing the pistol. They're 3-2 up on the T side. Great stuff from NRG. They actually had a disappointing game against NIP. They're actually 13-8 up. And came crashing down around them. Difficult game. We've seen a lot of difficult results. The heroic one against FaZe comes to mind, 15-11 up, and then lost out in overtime. That's the way she goes sometimes in best of ones.
I actually did go for a force here, Henry. Off the back of that AK, it's a really poor buy. Max 7, MP9, not many nades.
Not many nades at all. You're absolutely right though, but Simple's AK, 2 M4s, it could be enough, but it also could be a massive disaster. We'll see if it works out for them. We can eat our words in a second when they get a couple of shotgun kills, unaware of the round. But the thing is, with these sort of buys, your opposition is expecting you to be eco right now, right? This thing is 1 AK here. If you can hide the fact you've forced ball here, you don't want to be spamming through smokes, you don't want to be suggesting you've got loads of grenades here, you just want to be holding up in crossfires and waiting for the final commitment and hope you've got the stack right. This is why Zeus doesn't want to show anything here. He's holding up, and that should be his cue to go. Doesn't get the insta-kill, but he can still recover this. He knows it as well, but now allowed his teammate, or his opposition, I should say, to get back. Didn't do much damage at all there, but now they know they're forceful. That shotgun has given it up.
The Mag 7 is a cruel mistress. That was 15 damage. It looked like it was plumb on his chest and head.
Yeah, it's a big cone of a spray. Sometimes it hits, sometimes it doesn't. But Edwards still keeping the dream alive here. Zeus will go down, and that's going to be the A site. Pretty much open. Electronic, the last line of defense. He's only got the MP9 against multiple players here. If he gets one, maybe there's a chance here. There's the first. 20 seconds remain now. But he's trying to get that trade, and it's not working out here. It's the MP9 that's actually doing all the work. It might even win the round. It does significant damage, enough for Flamey to convert the kill. And it will be 3-3. So that force buy was certainly questionable, but it has worked out for them. It's not the shotgun that delivers the goods, it's the MP9. So there we go. Electronic, definitely in the conversation now and top 10 players in the world. The fact he's had that amazing trajectory in terms of how he's developed as a player since coming into this roster. He was always known as mechanically gifted sort of talent, but overall now he looks like a really stable and solid player.
Yeah, he seemed kind of like the big fish in a small pond at Flipside, and now he's gone to the global stage. It was a slow start, to be fair. It didn't quite click at first, but he's getting there now. This is what so many people were hype about when he first joined the team. But there he is, a bit too aggressive peak. Daps and Ethan going to capitalize with 2 frags.
Well, they know where Simple is as well. They should be able to trade him out here. That's going to be round. Great approach from NRG, knowing that the aggression comes in from Na'Vi. That was 3 players shoved in towards the B side of the map. You can see Na'Vi smoking T-steps, Molotoving down, flashing through, trying to limit their opponent's ability to trade back, but they hit every single shot. It's going to be a 3-on-2. It's not definitely over just yet, but as soon as that bomb goes down, you can see the positioning of Electronic right now suggests he's not really going for this one. They have not got a kit, can confirm that, and barely any nades, and that's actually going to be one of the harshest resets you can take in CS, really. Everyone's down to around $500. They have to save these 2 weapons, unfortunately. They can't even justify exit frags at this point. Electronic and Zeus, though, will just be holding up. Money's not going to be great for NRG, so they can't really go for the hunt either. So they'll definitely must be holding up now. We'll be round for NRG, but still nothing too tactical there from them. Just hit your shots as you get challenged towards B. That's exactly what happened. There's the scores on the doors right now. At the top, it's Electronic for Na'Vi, and Breezy on the other side. He's got 6. He's having a great game so far. Had some great opening frags, and they're being very assertive is what I like from NRG as well. They know when they've got big advantages, especially towards B. Sure, you know 3 players are there, and it's simple remaining, but you've got 4 players on that side of the map. Let's just trade him out. Let's go for his smoke. He can't kill all of us, and he doesn't even get one, I don't think, there. So that was very... Oh, he did get one. Just very well done, though. Just good calls from Daps, nice calm stuff, and just giving themselves a high percentage chance of winning the round. If you let Simple reposition, that's when you've got a problem. If he gets on the bomb site and start toying with you and start ducking and weaving, but if you know he's isolated behind sandbags, you can exploit him there, right? He's not going to be able to do multiple things. But anyway, it is another force buy. Vince, what do you think about this one?
I think why not, Na'Vi? I mean, they did it last time, right?
Yeah.
They're going to hope that lightning strikes twice, especially with Zeus as a leadership, but again, it's a fulcrum point, right? As you said last time, if they lose it, then they're really on the back foot. And NRG already on the T side with looking at 5 or 6 rounds, very much a possibility.
It is the old classic, Zeus with the AK, Simple with the UMP. We'll see how that works out for them. I'll hold judgment until we see what Simple can do with the UMP. If he feels like he can do things with that weapon in a particular position, maybe that's justification. 1:15 here, apartment control coming in for NRG in terms of the overall setup from CTs. There was 2 towards B at the start, but Simple's deciding to fall back, so it's Edward. They might just take a massive gamble here and leave no one towards B, but Edward will stick. 3 players towards the apartments as they flash out any second. There's the flash. They'll flood out of the apartments there. Zeus with the AK, good for 1. If he finds 2, definitely justified with the weapon, but it's going to be the round for NRG here. Very good stuff, quite simple as they flash out, smoke down, and get out of the apartments quickly, overwhelm their opponents with the firepower. There's Ethan getting it done. 3-on-1 now, Edward with the MP7. Not really looking too promising for him.
Yeah, it's always sad times when we're in a 2-on-3 post plant and your remaining 2 players have 2 SMGs. MP7, MP9. It was never really going to happen. And the force buy this time does not yield success. So the entirety of Na'Vi around $2,000. Flamey on 2.8k, can get some pistols, but not too much else. And I like it. It's getting me inspired and confident about NRG, that they're not showing too much respect to Na'Vi. They're not playing slow. A lot of teams fall into that trap. They're playing aggressive as well.
A lot of teams will always try to avoid Simple as well. They'll try and change their game plan, say, oh, we can't go towards him or kill us all. They're not showing any sort of remorse for him. They're just running around the map, challenging him every year. And if you don't let him get going, if you don't show him that respect, it's actually more likely he'll start to look quite average if you just don't. Like, a lot of teams will just try and avoid it. They feel like if you just don't go near him, he can't start kicking off. But once he realizes you're scared of him, that's when he starts changing position every round, and no one really knows what's going on. He's got to stick to your own game. Exactly what NRG is doing. They're looking very talented right now. Very impressed of what they're bringing to the table. Great calls from Daps as well. That's been absolutely fantastic. Spot on, I would say, in some of the mid-round situations. For now, though, as we get into round number 9, just pretty much a full eco. They finally had to give in and yield. And no more force buys be coming through. They've only got 2nd stage loss bonus right now. They'll have 3rd after this, which is $2,400 on top of the 2k they have right now. I don't think we've had a CT AWP just yet, Vince, and that's actually another big talking point. We're going to round number 10 next, and they won't even have the AWP there. They might even have an entire half without a simple AWP.
And I would say a lot of that's down to the force buys we've seen. They haven't allowed their money to really build up to a point where they could get AWPs.
And Simple on a map like Inferno, that's when he's let off the leash, right? He can do what he wants. You don't really have to do too much. You can sit back and watch the show. I don't think we've had a single AWP on either side just yet, but CT side AWPing is a massive benefit, especially if someone like Simple, but it's not a possibility just yet. Daps walking in. A lot of in-game leaders do this. You see Carrigan do this a lot. Just getting information, and there's no input lag here. So if he gives a call, he wants to commit towards A. If he spots like 2 or 3 right now, so there's the second. If he gets information, there's a third. That's when they fully commit. But he's just actually playing this very well. He wants to hold up. He knows he's got a chance to get a big spray down here. I don't think he'll get anything. It doesn't really matter, but he gives away an AK-47. It's going to be 6-3 in favor of NRG. And Cirque now. Bulgarian Wonder, what an absolutely amazing rookie year he's had in CSGO. Fantastic. Like, he really has showed how powerful he can be. And I think that's what's been the best thing about 2018 for me, is these teenagers that are coming into the game. Like, how many amazing young talents have we seen come in the last year or so? It's been absolutely phenomenal. This seems to be more and more arriving as weeks go by.
The next generation coming through.
Mate, it's happening. I really think 2019 we'll have to say goodbye to some of the old guard. Let them go. Put them out to stud, perhaps. And let these younger players come in, because they've just got everything. They've dedicated the last couple of years and just played CSGO only. They've mastered this game instead of having bad habits from previous iterations of CS. And you can see some of the absolute amazing talents coming through. It's great to see. Round 10, like we said, no AWP for Na'Vi, but they have got the 5 rifles at least, 1 defuse kit. All the grenades, well, maybe not quite Flamey, and Edward looking pretty weak in that department. Oh my god, Ethan, anything but. That was an amazing shot. Jumps off the logs, and who does he find? It's Simple. Nails him as he jumps above the half wall there. Absolutely fantastic, and you can put the brakes on this one right now. NRG don't have to do anything at this point, Vince. They're going to bleed out the CTs, hold back, let them do their thing, and that's just a great first shot. That really hypes up the team when that happens.
And with it being Simple too, it's just a bit of that relief comes in. Obviously, they still have to focus fully. There's 4 very dangerous players up against them, but it also, of course, additionally hampers Na'Vi, because they have to play just the 1 player over on B site. They've decided against it. They're actually going to sweep out Edward towards Arches. Now, this is the correct call for the time being, but there's still a lot of time for NRG to pull the plug and get the hell out of there. Flamey flashbang. The snowstorm will dissipate, but he's not on point with that spray at all. Fortunately, Edward and Electronic, though, are doing bits themselves. But herein lies the issue. They're heading to B, and there's no one there to stop them just yet. Although the CT's also quickly rotating.
Well, the smoke will be down, the bomb will be planted. Electronic 5 HP, Edward 73. Cirque's got such a great position there, and an even better shot. Fantastic work by him. You can see what I mean. He's got so much confidence in his own ability. That re-peek there to go for the second kill, you think it's not worth it for other players, but he's so willing to take that risk and hit the shot, and he nails it like that as well. There was no doubt in his mind he was hitting those shots. So great stuff, and this was the initial first kill. Goodbye, Simple. Taste of his own medicine, perhaps, there.
Even in slow motion, that was rapid, and there you go. There's the re-peek for Cirque. Again, sticking to their strengths, playing with supreme confidence. A match that I think many people would have wrote NRG off on, and it's crazy to think how much things can change in 6 to 12 months in Counter-Strike. Say this a year ago, NRG versus Na'Vi, it would almost be a formality that Na'Vi would walk away as victors. And here we stand at 7-3, and it could be much worse yet. NRG claim the opening 2 picks as they move on to a weakened pistol-wielding Na'Vi squad, which will see Electronic pick up 2. It gives him a glimmer of hope, but it's just him against the world.
If they're smart here, they just need to go together here. Don't go 1 by 1 like this. Oh my goodness, I thought it was happening. Let's be fair, it was fine in the end. I don't think there was a chance Daps was going to miss that final kill. But still, you want to keep as many players alive as you can. They still have like 10k on Cirque, even after buying the AWP, so that's absolutely fine. There will be a double up setup. The first time we've seen the AWP for Na'Vi now in the first half, and we're in round number 12, so that is certainly problematic. Electronic certainly had a chance of making this one a possibility. If he'd won that round, that would have destroyed the morale of NRG, but not meant to be there. Cirque with the AWP up against Simple and Flamey, who seems to be the secondary AWPer of Na'Vi these days. Oh my god, what just happened there? This guy is absolutely sick. It's unbelievable the things he's doing that AWP, sorry. So good. 4 on 2 now. As quick as you like. And we go to what could be another round for NRG.
And you look at the players that he reaped, Simple and Edward.
True.
Just
that's mental, isn't it?
Clear, convincing,
Wrecked.
easy picks for him. anyone else would be a pretty tall task, but NRG in another post plant. This time Na'Vi want none of it. Also should be mentioned that Na'Vi, they went in for 2 AWPs in that round and they have been completely swept aside. It looks like they may be able to save one of them. But that is so much confidence now building for NRG. And Na'Vi, again, a team that's quite tumultuous at times. They have their issues. This is what could really build up the conflict in their team if they're struggling.
Yes, especially we don't know exactly. I wish I had more information as to what was going on there, but I can only imagine there's been too many arguments recently and pressure applied with speculated roster changes when Simple and Flamey were hinted at leaving the roster to be a package to go to MIB and all that sort of thing going on. I feel like maybe there's just been some politics in the team. Definitely not the performance, because they're number 2 in the world right now, technically. And they've had some great showings and they've won some big events this year. Maybe, you're right, the cracks are starting to show, but certainly not with Zerg. This second shot especially, oh my god. Simple, eat your heart out as Zerg takes them down once again. There is still money there for the CTs, believe it or not. They keep 2 players alive again. It has to be another force buy. Who did say come into this one, Na'Vi considered one of the world's best on Inferno. Looking anything but right now. Really has been a disastrous turn of events with the force buy situations and maybe underestimating their opponents in that regard and just sabotaging their own money. The fact they only get AWPs out at round 12, that really worries me, because we know Simple wants to be on the AWP and dismantling his opposition on this particular map. And they won the pistol as well, remember. They've won the pistol, Vince, and they're 9-3 down on the CT7 Inferno.
I mean, you're handicapping yourself at that point. You're taking a huge piece of the puzzle away if you do not allow Simple to have the impact that we know he can have. But NRG, again, I want to also call and give a lot of props to Daps. His ability to adapt and evolve mid-round to change how the dynamic of these rounds have been going has been exceptional. Edward, all by himself on Banana, gets plucked out again, not for the first time. Another free frag, Henry.
Absolutely. They've got bucket loads of talent in this team. A great in-game leader. No reason why they can't challenge teams like Na'Vi, and they're doing a very good job so far. We called out Ethan at the start for being one of the heaviest hitters on the team. It's been Breezy, really, and Stark. They've been making the high-impact plays. Noise made there towards the pip. CT's now with 2 players on the A side. They've got 5 terrorists coming towards them. Zeus and Simple haven't moved. They haven't got any information. Flame Electronic up against the ropes right now. This is a big round. They can get 9-6. You still think there's a chance, but if it goes down to 10-3 and the money's broken again, not really sure which way this one's going to go. Simple with the AWP finally holds towards B, looking more comfortable.
There was a money nade tossed into Apps, though. Did about 100 damage to Fugly and Breezy. Simple, laid in wait, misses his chance, has to dart away, does have Zeus to help him out with the Incendiary and hold the line with the UMP. Simple's missed another one, and that's going to cost him, but his team dearly too. Zeus has got to somehow repel 5 players by his lonesome. Won't be happening. Another save in play, and so uncharacteristic for Simple. Those were 2 golden opportunities, and he missed both of them.
It's not looking too good, is it? I'm going to just check the scoreboard with Simple. Normally, we expect him to be the tippity top of this team. Every single map, every half, regardless of getting owned. Simple is 5-8 at the very bottom. That's beneath Edward, beneath Zeus. He's at the very bottom. He can't get into this game. And it's not because they're leaving him alone and not letting him be part of the game. They're challenging him every round and winning every single exchange. He has looked very average in this particular map. And anyone on NRG has been anything but, really. Every player really has had their moments. Fugly, I guess we haven't talked about too much, but he's still absolutely fine. They're 10-3 up now. Flamey, will he survive? It looks like he will. Definitely worth the hunt there. They'll save another rifle and presumably force buy again. They have got the maximum loss bonus, of course. Winning the pistol and getting the 2-0. You're on the CT side of Inferno. You find yourself 10-3 down. Something has gone catastrophically wrong, Vince. I'm not even sure they can recover this. 10-5, win the pistol is always a chance, but it's not looking good right now. And
then you have Overpass next. It's not going to get any easier. Electronic 14-8. He's actually top fragging on either side, but it's only him. You know, that build-up, he said he thinks he could be better than Simple. Well, off this performance, he definitely looks like it. The thing with Simple is he can always flip the switch and come back into it. And speaking of the man in question on short, he will be found. It's now up to Simple. Very capable shoulders. There's one. There's a smoke and a flash going to force him out. And Ethan and Breezy walking onto the site, claiming frags, claiming names, and NRG claiming 11th round. This is a ridiculous half on Inferno T side.
Yeah, an absolute battering here. Na'Vi have looked weak today. losing to Ghost to kick things off, and then NRG presumably here as well. Coach Kane, not really much he can do about this situation at this point. And to be fair, have they taken a single tactical timeout?
No, I don't think so.
But and also I'll say with a slight caveat that at the DreamHack events, the coaches can talk at all times. So maybe that's why they didn't think it's necessary. But still, when you're losing like this, Vince, let's just calm everything down. Let's talk about the round. Let's take the 30 seconds and work it out. They haven't taken a single tactical timeout. Is that stubbornness, or they just feel like they can recover this? I'd love the analysts to just break that one down, especially, obviously, we've got two of the ex-pros on the desk right now, Pimp and Maniac. What do they think? Like, why is no one taking a pause here? To me, that's a no-brainer. They're there to be used. Why have you not taken one?
Absolutely agree with you. I believe they just saw a pixel peeking up from the wall. Zerk is waiting to pounce on that peak. Ethan's taken a lot of damage courtesy of the Molotov, and there is the peak. Again. And again, Zerk will not miss.
Absolute beast from the east. We'll see whether this 5-on-4 converts to a 12th round for NRG. Electronic has been good with the MP9 so far. It's going to have to be excellent to stand a chance there. It all falls apart once again. NRG just overwhelmed the A side with that simple approach. That is not a crazy strategy being deployed right there. That's quite basic. You're going out, flashbangs through, couple of smokes, everyone goes out at the same time, but the flashbangs are very effective, and there's no real response from Na'Vi. They haven't changed too much up. They haven't got the AWP in the apartments. They allow them to have the control every single time. Daps for a nice one-tag to finish things off. And ladies and gentlemen, Na'Vi have just been dismantled on the CT side of Inferno, their best map, and it's Electronic top fragging 14 kills, and Edward and Simple right at the bottom with 6. Zeus with 6 as well, so that's really not good news whatsoever. It's not like Simple was just staying at B. He was moving around and being the rotate player, but like we said, let's not get too carried away. If they win the pistol, start to string together their own economy, they could still bring this one back. 12-3 is not a complete death sentence. It's obviously not ideal, but you can recover this. You can even afford to lose a pistol, win the second round, and we'll see whether they can do that, but they're looking quite weak today.
What will definitely give me a bit of discomfort, though, if I'm on the side of Na'Vi, is when you look at that kill spread on the side of NRG, everybody is pulling their weight. 4 of them over 10, with Fugly on 7. Everyone's been getting their duels going in their way, too. Yeah. It's going to be a concern for Na'Vi.
It's been those opening picks that have been the massive problem for Na'Vi. It seems that they're challenging too much at the top of Banana. If you're losing that pick consistently, just let them have B. Play on the bomb side. Let's get a boost going in CT spawn. Let's get some new boxes. Let's get something. Instead of losing those frags every single time, take the pause. That's when the coach should be coming in to stay in timeout, boys. We're losing these frags consistently. Let's stop doing it. Stop challenging. We haven't got the aim today, and that's fine. We just need to play a bit smarter. Stark, though, he'll be taken down quickly, and that's going to be an early advantage for Na'Vi. A must-win pistol, of course. Daps trying to bring things back in their favor. Takes down the bomb, but he knows there's going to be a player hunting for him now. Electronic pre-fires the corner, and he'll actually win the duel. I thought he was about to be punished by Daps there. 3-on-2 now. It looks like they commit towards A.
A valiant attempt, and he knew that his days were numbered. He was being encircled by terrorists. Has he done enough, though, to buy up enough time as Breezy gets destroyed through the smoke, dropped down to 20 health. Catches a stray Glock headshot for his troubles. Bomb going to get planted. And both of NRG will move around together. They don't have a kit between them. No nades either. This is asking a lot, Henry.
Well, no saving here. They'll see what's available to them. 2 players in the pit right now. That's Zeus and Electronic. Ethan coming out of the apartments. He needs to find instant kills here. They have got a kit. This is still possible, but time running out, and Breezy is very low indeed. They haven't found the quick kills they needed, and this should be the punish right now. Zeus with 2 frags to finish things off there. Exactly what they needed. 3 players survive. And NRG, if they force by here, I'll be very disappointed, Vince. There's no need for it. If you have this sort of lead, you're the underdog team as well. Let's maintain this advantage and win on gun round, not with force buys. I do not want to see any armor at all. Ethan, you're not listening. You've got armor. It is fine. No one else has. I'm fine with this. I can accept it. Just for anyone who's not aware and doesn't listen to me casting much, if you have these sort of leads in a best of 1, just take that advantage and win out on gun rounds. There's no point taking any sort of risk to this point and limiting yourself, like we've seen earlier today, bringing out all the deagles and stuff.
It won't be pretty for this round, but as you say, they've got a huge buffer of rounds to fall back on. On the CT side, you really do need to establish that economy. It's one of the very things we discussed as to how Na'Vi got in this predicament in the first place.
Yes,
as a lack of their economy management.
Daps can get 1 kill here. Not a bad round. Get a couple of kills. He took a full eco. Edward's going to take him down. There it is. Na'Vi back in the game now. They've got another full eco up against them in round number 18. Just the USBs, maybe some P250 for the players that didn't buy anything last round. They'll get a flash, maybe rush banana with a few players, see what's available to them. But ultimately, this is pretty much a lock-in for Na'Vi. We have seen some full eco victories in the past go in favor of the team wielding the pistols, but it's very rare. It takes a massive miscalculation from the likes of Na'Vi to give these sort of rounds up.
Decent nade damage to start the round off, but there's not too much behind it on the side of NRG. P250, that is literally all. And it's going to be easy pickings in mid. 2 UST headshots. So not ideal in terms of who was getting the frags, but Edward does at least get 2 with his MAC-10, so money in the bank. But this is what we were all building towards. NRG will have their first purchase of the round, and as a result of their very low buys, Cirque is going to have himself an AWP.
Certainly is. That's exactly what we wanted to see. It's not round number 12 for them. It's round number 4. So, Cirque, he'll be going towards middle with Breezy. Maybe some nade potential here at the start. That buys Cirque a bit of space, making sure he can look towards second middle. But first frag comes in. And that's what Na'Vi were looking for in their first half. Get that aggression going, isolate players at the bottom, get the kill, pull back, and he throws away the FAMAS, gets an AK. That couldn't have gone any better for Ethan there. Looking for 13-6 now. They've got a nice start. Edward with the MAC-10. He's got 8 grand in his back pocket. At this point, Vince, I'm not trying to save money. I'm trying to win rounds. I would give up the MAC-10 and get an AK, you know?
Especially when you're 6 rounds behind, right?
Yeah.
You have very little room for error. You have to make the most of every opportunity you have.
You just get rid of that and just think, like, sure, this might save us a bit of cash, but in this sort of scenario, now that looks like the worst gun he could possibly have. He's like, well, okay, MAC-10, big round, we need this one, and I don't have the firepower to take long-range duels.
I think if it's like an 8-8-9-9, fair enough.
Sure.
But as you can see, it's slipping away from them, and NRG looking favourites to take a 13-6 lead.
At least they've thrown away that MAC-10 now, but it is a 5-on-3, you're right.
It's only Ethan by himself. I say only Ethan, he's been playing very well so far. Must know now that his days could be numbered. Spots Zeus. Unfortunate timing. Just look to his right-hand side.
Oof, there's a chance now.
Do have an incendiary in smoke for the retake, though. On the side of NRG, doing a bit of damage through the smoke, too. Drop Simple to 79. Such an integral part of this defense, though, was Edward holding in Banana. Now it's going to be a very one-dimensional hold. And with an incendiary that could be tossed to the back of New Box. That could be the end note of this round. Zeus has gone down, and so will Simple. NRG will get the retake, and I feel like that all came off the back of the frag in Banana.
Absolutely so. That's a huge round for NRG to keep 3 players alive. There is money for Na'Vi. That's one thing that comes with saving the MAC-10. You can have bucket loads of cash. That won't be a problem just yet. But any rounds you give away is a huge problem here. Even after adjusting there and getting a little bit wrecked with the timings, he still gets 2 frags. Cirque is so good, man. Having 2019, he's going to be in the conversation for the best AWP in the world at one point. It just seems to be getting better and better. Excellent stuff. As we get into round number 20 here, if NRG can win this one, then this could be an early finish here on the best of 3 first map here. It's going to be Ethan. First kill again. Takes down Electronic, but yeah, surely that refrag comes in. It's going to be Zeus to take it.
Dap's going to go for that peek afterwards. Slight gap in the smoke. Can see down there. Edward, in the meanwhile, though, will capitalize on Cirque, who is still looking down. And got completely blindsided from Boiler. So a real opportunity for Na'Vi to bridge the gap somewhat. FAMAS, M4 and AK. Makes that just the M4 and AK that stand against them in a 4-on-2. Edward perfectly placed for the spray. Gets one. Tries to rummage together a reset, but won't be happening. Daps on 8 health, tries to save. So at least Na'Vi will live to fight another day and cut some of those funds from NRG. And to be fair, a couple of them are very low. Breezy's down to $100, Daps down to $300.
Oh, that's positive, at least for Na'Vi now. Definitely not over just yet. Great round for them to pick up. Even after the first kill towards Banana once again. It was Ethan that opened things up, but got himself in a compromising position just in front of the half-wall there. Zeus could just come around the corner and pre-fire him. And it all falls apart from there. Edward with 2 big frags in the round. Simple. Now on 10 frags, it's double digits. Had a pretty disastrous first half. He finished on 7, I think it was. A 3-player survive here for Na'Vi. Dap's trying to do whatever he can to save his AK. He knows the money's not going to be great. Once again, they don't have the force by him, but I don't think they'll get a chance. Daps looks like he's going down. Certainly, Zeus will take him, and that should be the eco here. Not really worth going for anything more than PT50s, maybe some Deagles. 13-7 though, Na'Vi looking to claw their way back into it. And now, you start to think it's not impossible. This could be working out for them. Remember, it was 12-3 at half after winning the pistol, getting the 2-0. Na'Vi definitely in recovery mode, but like we said, Inferno is their bread and butter. It's their stomping grounds where they do their best work, and they can make up for the mistakes in the first half right here on the seaside.
4 CZs though, and a Deagle will greet them. As Edward gets pushed, his MAC-10 though will hold firm. Down to 12 health. He won't care one bit about that. He's done his damage. NRG, will they go aggressive and try and find some of these terrorists and see if they can pluck them out for some AK-47s? There's not too many options that they have at their disposal. Daps is on B by himself. Could get tested momentarily by Zeus and Electronic. The rest of Na'Vi chilling in apps for the time being. Still plenty of time to play with. Down goes Cirque. This round pretty much done and dusted in the history books. Ethan does have a Deagle, though. Maybe we're about to see a highlight reel-worthy moment. Absolutely not. Simple's going to put that to bed. We have had a couple of sick moments, Inferno Deagles.
We really have. I think the happy clip comes to mind.
Definitely. That's
most famously. I saw Semler last night, actually. Didn't mention the clip, but did see him. But he's going to be in Stockholm on Monday, actually. So watch out for that. Maybe he'll make a surprise visit on the stream. Who knows? I don't think he will, but maybe he'll turn up. Who knows? It would be awesome, you're right. Absolute legend. As we get into round number 22, CZs, PD50s, and another eco, of course, for NRG. No armor. They have got Incendiary in the hands of Ethan. I'm interested to see what he's got planned with that. He's towards Banana right now. He's deployed it at this point. They're held off by the Molotovs at the T's. I think he threw it towards Logs to try and peek out, but shut down by the response. So this is looking like a very comfortable round for Na'Vi.
Yeah, completely counteracted. Na'Vi fighting fire with fire. A similar kind of purchase to the round prior. NRG didn't get too much out of that one. Flash into peak. Fugly tapping away with the P250, but he was completely blinded. And Edward again, bit of deja vu. Push into App's last round with a MAC-10. Similar outcome. This time it's Flamey's turn, though, to feel the burn on his retinas. And well, it's going to be 2 kills going back-to-back for NRG. Surely this isn't possible.
That kill might have decided it, but still not looking impossible. 2-on-2. Breezy has got the AK-47. They're a little bit late on the plant, but it looks like we'll be saving an AK MAC-10 here. There is one player towards the underpass. Breezy now in second middle as well. So maybe it's going for the exit frags here just to limit the economy further, but they have got $12,000 on Zeus. That's even before the win bonus of $3,500 comes in for the bomb going off. Simple takes down Daps. And now just the AK to be saved here in the T apartments. There's a scoreboard for you. It's 20 kills for Electronic. Simple starting to wake up as well, getting himself in the second place. Not quite in terms of kills, but in terms of points he's there. Ethan now at the top for NRG. Crunch time now for NRG. Definitely have problems closing out games today. They were 13-8 this scoreline up against NIP, and then it all came crashing around them. Could it happen again? Maybe. It's the worst way to lose possible. A huge lead, all comes crashing around you.
And it's Na'Vi and Inferno, Henry. So
indeed.
It's certainly up for debate, and I think that's why we're seeing a timeout called.
The first time out of the game.
Yeah. And I'm totally on board with this. I think it's best to stop that momentum. As you said, collect yourselves.
Yeah, just allow the coach to come in here. Let's work out what's going on. Why are they winning these rounds? To be fair, they haven't really done anything necessarily wrong. They lost the pistol, got 3-0. That was fine. They didn't force buy. They won the first gun round. That was great. But only a couple of players stayed alive. They did get reset with a nice play from Na'Vi, a fast push towards Banana. And at that point, like, you just have to recover. They had to take a double eco here. So it's still fine. It's not like they've done anything drastically wrong in the second half. Na'Vi have played very well. They're looking much better now in the second. Cirque, the young AWPer, back to it again. Up against Simple this time. We haven't seen much from Simple on this particular map so far. Let's see if he can start turning it on at this point. Cirque looks towards a very standard AWPer's angle there. Simple waiting for any sort of aggression to come in once again. Incendiaries land by him and actually do a ton of damage there. Needs to be careful. Doesn't really have to extinguisher. I think it was fine either way, but I guess he was worried that they've got in position to take him down towards those barrels. He didn't want to risk anything. Just holding up now. Ethan's got in front of the half wall once again.
I think that smoke is purely down to the behavior of how Ethan's been playing Banana. He's played aggressively through smoke 2 or 3 times, trying to isolate Na'Vi players and getting the better of them a couple of times there. So really getting in the head of Simple. Still have another 4 smokes to play with, however, so it's no great loss for Na'Vi. Utility being expended on both sides now. NRG tossing an incendiary onto Apps just to make sure that a fast play isn't imminent. We have the benefit, of course, of seeing that's not the case. Actually, Na'Vi pretty passive back on T-steps.
Oh, well. Simple waiting for his chance, and there's certainly one there at the top. Ethan alone at B. Zeus trying to take him down. He's actually quite decent at these sort of plays. Getting up there and finding the first frag, opening the floodgates. He's got the information that that area is clear. Oh, the fancy footwork of Ethan, and an even better shot yields him a frag, and that's going to shove them in towards the A side. Breezy's there to take the first player down. 20 seconds remaining. Flamey has to do a lot here from the apartments.
He just put himself on the end of a fishing rod, and he caught Zeus big time. There was no follow-up frag, no avenging kill to be found, and now with 10 seconds left, Na'Vi have got to make inroads, got to try and crack open and perforate the A site. Won't be happening as Cirque splitting domes with his AWP left and right. NRG 14-9 in the lead, and Na'Vi, they've got to go back to the drawing board. Plenty of money, though, to go back with, but it's more the rounds that's the issue now.
Yeah, that was really nice stuff, though, from the CTs. Oh, Cirque has just looked unbelievable today, hasn't he? So precise. Is what I've taken from this particular map. 14-9. And indeed, still plenty of cash here. Even after this buy, they've got another one. But the rounds are ticking away. That's the main problem. One more round and it's map point. Electronic, though, not messing around this time. Ethan's been bullying on this side of the map as he'll be taken down first. Daps is there, though. He's backed up by Fugly. Will they flash through this or just boost behind the wall? Time will tell. They are going to boost from D. And no damage done, really. It's going to be a 5-on-2. Great recovery from Na'Vi here. This could send NRG packing once again for a couple of rounds. But Daps is here, and he finds 2. There could still be a chance. That's the bomb down, Vince. This could actually happen. Daps, the in-game lead, is stepping up. He finds the bomb. He gets 3 kills. And now Flamey fighting against 2 players. 1 minute remaining. They're very low HP. Can this be done?
They're both low, but this bomb's in a horrible spot. And that Molotov's horrible.
Oh, the nade's not, though.
Unfortunate not to get a kill. 50 seconds left. They are isolated, though. It's going to be 2 separate 1v1s. Although Flamey doesn't necessarily know it. He's giving too much respect almost to NRG, assuming a second player was there. They're going to check all his angles. Oh, the timing is brutal. And NRG with Daps hold the line. 4K for the in-game leader.
That's so sick by Daps. That's so big. That was the round when Na'Vi get back into this game. They were about to break them, cripple them financially. And he comes in with this play. I could kind of see it line up. They weren't really together. They were coming in one by one. As you saw there, Zeus at the end, he was low HP. And it comes down to 1v1. And the gods are smiling down a bit on Daps there. The moment he peeks out is when he finds his opposition with a nade in his hand. But you cannot take anything away from that round. 4 kills found. And map points realized by NRG. It will potentially be the final round here. They've now got a nice, healthy full buy here. Na'Vi clutching at straws. They send 4 players towards the B site. And this is what we didn't see from Na'Vi in the first half. This nice passive hold sometimes. You've shown the aggression a few times now. Let them adapt to it. And when they start counteracting and winning those duels, you fall back to a more traditional setup like this.
Na'Vi have the AWP in Simple's hands. But hasn't done too much on this D side. It is one of the harder sides in the map pool currently to get kills and make kills happen. It's mainly down to the CT just getting a bit over antsy with their peaks. Edward trying to smoke and flash into mid. Buy themselves up a bit of real estate to work off, some foundations to maneuver into position on A, but the bulk of the T's actually over on the B side. They have time to play with, but this is their last chance, Henry. They lose this, they're going through into overpass 1-0 down. Electronic is going to press the green button and go straight in. He finds himself Daps very aggressively. Does lose 94 health in the process. That entry frag could be everything now for Na'Vi. The spray wild, not quite on point for Fugly. as he will be traded out by Flamey. Now it's down to Breezy, who gets spotted from 2 or 3 separate angles. And it's on Cirque. A 1-on-2 post-plant situation. If there's one played want in this, it's this man right now. But he has decided against it. He's playing for the bigger picture, and I can respect that.
Well, you can see the money once again so low. NRG have got 15 rounds, and it's getting better and better for them as the second half goes on, but they keep getting reset. So he has to hold on to the AWP. Definitely capable of winning rounds single-handedly if he has to. Circle 70 kills so far. But there it is. Zeus and Simple will survive. Very scrappy finish here to round number 25, but Na'Vi will take anything they can get at this point, and will be double digits for the first time. They're going to do 5 rounds in a row here. Not panicking just yet if I'm Daps & Co. You've already guaranteed overtime. 1 round will do it. And we'll see if Zeus can find anything to push towards CT. Apparently not. They're still believing though. You can see they're getting a little bit more riled up now. Can't make any more mistakes here. Simple hasn't had the best showing today, but unfortunately for him, it hasn't been a bad showing. It's just like we expect so much from him now. When he isn't lighting the scoreboard on fire, it is noticeable.
Absolutely. By anyone else's standards, it's just still a good performance, but it's just by Simple standards, not so much. Especially that first half, it was rough from his perspective, but I don't think necessarily that was down to him. Did miss a few shots, but I was just proving that he is human after all. Can Cirque swing in with the orb and single-handedly take this round away from Na'Vi and break their hearts? Currently, he's positioned on short side of A.
But he's moving around, that's what you want. It's being dynamic, jumping around back towards Arch, showing presence, and he knows he needs to find kills here. Can't just sit back on the site. He needs to be there, get that first kill. He could even go back towards B after getting a kill towards middle, just to be getting inside their heads, be a nuisance. Round 26, after a 12-3 start, hats off to Na'Vi. They have made this competitive at least. Still a lot of work to do, but this round is looking quite likely for them. Just need 4 after this. I say just. Not easy on the T7 Inferno.
Is the trap about to be sprung though, Henry? Because the bulk of NRG are here on A, and that's where Na'Vi are starting to make moves. They're unable to get any kills with these pistols though, so it doesn't really matter in the end. Cirque pieces out towards B. Bomb going to get planted A. Na'Vi will save 1 more map point. Will Cirque be able to save his orb? Because now that is the mission that he alongside Daps have accepted. Zeus doesn't want to get too antsy. Going to be a frag onto Electronic behind Zeus. Going to go in for another one. Cirque misses. That'll be the final nail in the coffin for the orb saving mission. Indeed it shall. Zeus takes him down.
There we go. The orb save this time might be another eco here for NRG. Money is okay, but I think it's the partial buy. They've got about $4,100 per player. I don't think that's worth going for. Sure, you could scrape together a buy there, but yeah, this is more logical to me at least. Get the CZs out, the armor. It's what we call a partial buy with the loss bonus racking up. And for the next, they could even win this round a bit. So these, we know how powerful the CZ can be. It did get nerfed earlier this year, but still a very powerful and viable weapon and can win rounds, especially if they treat it like a gun run. They've got 5 smokes, suggests they're not going to be rushing down and trying to find every single kill they can. They can get information, try and hold off the enemy with the smokes, but Cirque got more than he bargained for there, trying to get a bit of information, taken down by the quick reactions of Simple. He'll be making his way towards quad, hungry for more here. And for now, so much decent map control from Na'Vi. I don't think he's giving this one up.
Poke in the bear, got his arm ripped clean off, and Simple isn't done just yet. Finds a second. The inroads to the A site have been pretty comfortable, with Ethan seeing if he can maybe do a bit of damage on his way out. Not going to happen. Flawless round for Na'Vi as they move 1 step closer. But NRG, as a result of their slower paced finances, will have another full buy.
Oh yes. AWP for Cirque, 4 and 4s. Is there potential for kit? Fugly's got $600. Opt for the Incendiary instead of the Diffuse kit. If that comes back to haunt them, time will tell. I think at least 1 kit was certainly needed, but they seem to think better of it. 3 players quickly towards B for Na'Vi here. Daps trying to shut them down. Quite clever with utility here. Basically, Electronics uses smoke. That's actually a bit of a victory for the CTs in that respect. And he'll just be jumping around Ethan here, just trying to get some intel. Pretty safe pick from him. Another smoke towards the T-steps, buy him a bit more time, but problem is with that, now you don't have the smokes for the actual hold towards the B side. You're pretty much all in, you're committed to finding a frag at the start of the situation here. Don't really have much else to work with as Electronic. Keeps applying the pressure, Ethan's been so good so far. Flashbang doesn't find him anything. Good teamwork from the CTs. For now, we can see that Ethan and with Daps, they've got no grenades between them and one flashbang. And they haven't found a single kill that's really done any damage. That's really the massive caveat when it comes to going for this sort of B push. If you get no frags, you really are done for in terms of full execution. And Zeus has made a great call here. We know they've used so much, and this is pretty classic stuff. You execute on top of them, they might even just consider saving without any frags going against them. Because they've got nothing to hold them off. But the boost is everything. If the boost gets a couple of kills, maybe there's a chance here.
And that's do it. He gets tanked up, but does get a frag on the way down. A player at the back of the site is going to be Surt, but he's been smoked out. Maybe the lack of kit won't be an issue any longer in a 5-on-3. Make it a 5-on-2. Surt continues to apply the pressure, and Na'Vi can't handle it. It's all down to Flamey. 1-on-5 has picked up 2 already. They're lining up for him, but finally, the strength in numbers approach will be successful. And NRG, they'll pick up the first map.
Certainly will, Vince, certainly will. Great performance from them. It was 12-3 first half. Remember, you're playing Na'Vi. This is their map pick. And you have that sort of scoreline, you hold them off as well, and they're having a resurgence in the second half. That's very impressive. I did say I knew coming into this game we're going to see overpass, and I certainly favour NRG on that particular map. I think they're excellent on it. I think it's their best map by far. Na'Vi can play it, but I don't think at such a convincing level. This could be a 2-0 for NRG. And Na'Vi, they did get better as the game developed, right? They really didn't look too special in the first half, especially. They were sabotaging their own money, too many weird force buys. The big names weren't really there, Simple was lacking, but it did start to look more promising towards the end. So I don't think they'll be too worried about that. For now, Vince, it's been a lot of fun in the first map. It's just heating up. We'll take a commercial break and be right back.